Well, certainly Jim Jordan is himself an expert in the weaponization of tools like demonization, character assassination, innuendo. He's quite expert at all of those tools. The problem is he hasn't found them in the Biden administration, but that doesn't mean he won't continue to try to insinuate that they're there. He's just looking for them.
The Washington Post, Greg Sargent, follows up on the Jordan story with this. MAGA Republicans will expect the House to do everything within its power, but it's not clear that the House can do all that much, or that many non-MAGA Republicans will even want to. Above all, Jordan's committee seems devoted to creating the impression that he is striking great blows against the Biden administration on behalf of MAGA Nation and its persecuted masses, and especially on behalf of Trump himself. I mean, Congressman, I understand sort of the withholding of funds as a potential tactic here, but what Jordan is doing, is it anything more than theatrics to just rile up his base?
Well, if you go back to the Benghazi Select Committee, right? What was the purpose of that? It was to essentially manufacture an issue out of a tragedy to completely diminish the high public standing of the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. And that was Kevin McCarthy's own admission. He admitted that explicitly as the purpose of their Select Committee. So they've got expertise and they've got a record that if you repeat it often enough and if you're voluble enough in that repetition, you can do real damage even when you're not really making your point.